Severe weather causing power problems across Metro Detroit as 750,000 customers are in the dark tonight.
Down lines causing fires. We've got traffic lights out in a lot of areas, and the DTE outage map looks like a work of art, unless you're on it. Good to have you with us tonight for Local 4 News at 11. We've got a lot to get to.
That we do. We just checked in with DTE, and they tell us more than 650,000 customers are still without power tonight. Its peak outage was more than 700,000. Combined with Consumers Energy, there have been close to 1 million outages statewide, thanks to wind gusts of 60 miles per hour.
And because of those outages, we also have more than 4 dozen school closings. Well, Mara McDonald live in Harper Woods tonight, where plenty of people are wondering how long it's going to be in the dark there. Mara?
I tell you, Devin, that's what everybody is asking tonight, and here's the answer. Take a look. It is dark here. It is dark across the street, and yet you go across the bridge there, the power is on. There are multiple pockets of outages all over the place. Blame the howling wind tonight for the slowdown in repairs. DTE tells us they have thousands of wires that are down that need to be tended to, but can't put their linemen up in the buckets until the gusts have eased up.
I would expect that we'll have the vast majority of our customers back in the next couple days, but also a storm of this size is going to impact customers for days after that. So I would expect that we'll have customers, small numbers of customers out through the weekend.
Tonight, I was the bearer of that news for neighbors in Harper Woods who have been out of power since noon.
If your projection is correct, by tomorrow, the next day, we'll make arrangements to relocate.
Or get a portable generator.
I've lived here for 45 years in this house, and this is the first time I've had something like this.
Crews are starting to get a move on now that the wind is finally dying down.
All of our focus right now is securing down power wires and making sure that we keep the public safe.
Back here live to that end, DTE has 600 linemen on the street right now. They are starting to make some improvements, but the real restoration begins in the morning. Kimberly, Devin, back to you.
And Mara, we've got help coming from out of state as well, right?
Yeah, we sure do. They say that they need help, and they're looking to utilities in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky, but they have their own problems there. It's going to take them a while to get here. Back to you.
Unbelievable. Okay, Mara, we appreciate it. And this fire in Livonia was caused by power lines brought down by the wind. You can see significant flames there on Newburgh Road.
One of many fires in Metro Detroit sparked by power lines down. And in Detroit, firefighters have responded, we're told, to 8 times as many fires as they do on a regular night.
Add to that dozens of downed wires, and that makes for one busy night. Tim Pamplin has a night cam from a scene where homeowners waited hours for help.
Well, the winds may have started to subside, but the workload for the men and women on the Detroit Fire Department certainly hasn't. Another house fire here tonight after a falling tree brings down power lines onto a home. Now out here on Ferguson Street, neighbors are very upset.
Right there, 4 times right there.
That's Daryl Burke. He says this home caught fire about 2 hours ago. He's been calling 911. But they simply didn't show up.
It wasn't until the city police pulled the car over on the corner and the police seen the smoke and called the fire department that we got a fire truck out here.
The fire is out. Good work by the Detroit Fire Department when they finally got here. Mr. Burke and his neighbors are just grateful that no one's injured. That's the scene on Ferguson Street tonight with a night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Okay, Tim, now this is video from Mitchell Street on Detroit's east side. Darcel Burge was inside when this tree fell onto the front of her home.
I was just leaving out of my bedroom and I was coming down the steps and it felt like an earthquake had hit the house. And I had to hold on because all the pictures in the house started shaking.
Well, thankfully, no one was hurt, but as you can see, plenty of damage to her house, her yard, and there the front of the street as well.
My goodness. Well, because of the power outages, thousands of traffic lights are out as well. This is a live picture from 10 Mile and Cranbrook Drive in Novi. So remember when you approach one of these intersections to treat it as a 4-way stop. Plenty of them out there. Well, the winds have died down a bit, but it's still gusty out there. On our way back from Flint, Devin was holding on to the steering wheel pretty tight because, you know, the truck was kind of rolling around a little.
Yeah, I mean, on any other day, this would grab your attention, but considering what we've been through, it's an improvement.
It is.
But look at some of these numbers from earlier today. 68 miles per hour at Metro Airport. Keep in mind, hurricane force winds are 74, so it was just shy of that. Just about everybody picked up a 60-mile-an-hour wind gust at some point, but to make matters worse, about 2/3 of these stations were without power for about 3 hours right at the heart of the event. So some of those gusts could have been even higher than were actually reported. These are the current numbers that are out there right now, about 25 to 40-mile-an-hour gusts. Sustained winds are a little bit lower. We're still having some issues with getting some data in here, but sustained winds are about 15 to 25 miles an hour as we speak. Getting into the morning, much calmer, only 5 to 10-mile-an-hour winds. Look at those temperatures, though, starting out in the 20s, and we're talking snow by the end of the day. More on that in your 4-zone forecast coming up, guys.
Okay, Ben, and we have some breaking news just into the Local 4 newsroom. The fire that killed 5 people at a group home on Detroit's east side has just been ruled arson.
Jermont Terry live on the scene. Jermont, they also have someone in custody, right?
They do, Devin. You know, those strong winds may have helped to spread this fire, but the late breaking details tonight is that fire investigators have one man in custody for what you see behind me. They say one man intentionally set this fire, which trapped several people inside, killing 5 of them. Fire investigators, including the ATF, sifting through the ashes, looking late Wednesday night for clues into this deadly apartment fire on Detroit's east side. 5 people were killed.
They was my friends.
Now, Daniel Johnson is trying to wrap his mind around the fact that 5 of his friends did not make it out alive.
That's the hardest part, because I used to talk to them every day, man, every day.
It was just after 1:30 when flames were spotted shooting through a second-floor apartment of the 8-unit building. Investigators say when they arrived, firefighters could not go inside.
They were trying to get in that building, and they were just like, it's like into the mouth of the dragon. It was just horrendously hot.
They were able to rescue 5 people. 1 later died, but the others were taken to St. John Hospital. 2 men remain in serious condition with burns on their bodies and smoke inhalation.
I'm just glad I wasn't there when it happened.
We're told this apartment building was a group home for those getting back on their feet.
I don't know where I'm going to go. I don't have no place to go. I don't have no place. I'm homeless now, like I always been.
And while the high winds made fighting the fire difficult, investigators say they're just trying to get to the bottom of what or who started this deadly fire.
I just don't like the idea all my friends passed.
And back live here on East Whittier, you can see that this devastation of what was left behind. And the breaking news tonight is that now the investigators telling us that this was, in fact, arson. Someone intentionally set this fire. Now they just have to figure out why. That individual remains in custody tonight. Reporting live on the city's east side, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Okay, Jermont, thank you. Well, the windstorm that came through created a dangerous mess across southeast Michigan.
Take a look at this video of a tree hitting power lines, causing them to arc and then catch fire. This is in the area of Canfield and Maxwell on Detroit's east side. Fire department has blocked off that area. And let's move to Ypsilanti. This is wild video. This is a power pole that spent in the evening swaying from side to side, leaning pretty far in each direction, but it has not fallen.
Oh my goodness.
We just have to assume a lot of people there, though, are very nervously watching and hoping for the best.
So dangerous, too. And tonight, the plane that went off the runway at Willow Run Airport has yet to be moved. The U of M men's basketball team was on board when the pilot had to abort takeoff because of high winds. Fortunately, nobody was hurt.
So that's a lot to follow, and our Local 4 News today and clickondetroit.com will be your home for overnight updates. School closings, we've already mentioned there are a number of those in this evening already, and the latest on the power outages and the repairs coming up bright and early tomorrow morning.
Well, it looks like a scene out of a movie, but it's very real. Firefighters survive an explosion, but it's what they did afterward that's even more impressive.
Also, no laughing matter. A comedian actor arrested after assaulting airport staff. Why he says he attacked, coming up.
But first, it could be an all-natural solution to your stress.
You just feel rejuvenated. You feel a lot more calm.
Top athletes swear by it. Could it help you? We'll show you what this pod is all about, coming up next.
A lot of different things people try when they're stressed out. You might try taking a nap. You might try hitting the nearest happy hour.
Now there's a growing trend people are trying called float therapy that some believe provides similar results. Local 4's Evrod Cassimy shows us how it all works.
Some say it's similar to a massage or another type of spa service, and many of those who have tried it might disagree, though. Either way, people are looking at sensory deprivation as a way to disconnect from the real world, even if just for an hour. It's a way to relax, reduce stress and pain in zero gravity, completely deprived of all senses. It's called flotation therapy, and it's growing in popularity.
Flotation therapy is basically there's a tub that's 9 by 5. It's 1,000 pounds of Epsom salt dissolved into 10 inches of water. So when you get in, the water makes you become buoyant, so you float effortlessly.
David McCullough is the owner of Inception. It's a wellness center in Farmington Hills where customers can come to just float in this flotation room or in these large egg-shaped flotation pods.
We want to help people to overcome stressors.
People like Anton Wisbiski.
You just feel rejuvenated. You feel a lot more calm. You don't feel anxious. And for me personally, I feel energized.
It's also heated to skin temperature, so 93.5. You lose a sense of where your body is and where the water is.
Laying back and then commence the floating.
Golden State Warrior basketball star Steph Curry is one of many celebrities and athletes who are giving flotation therapy a try.
I haven't had any athletes yet that have tried this, but I know it's a thing that's become more and more popular.
Dr. Nick Moore practices sports medicine here in Metro Detroit and has even tested out flotation therapy himself.
Would you recommend it? I wouldn't recommend against it, but I wouldn't necessarily send someone to treat it. I would more likely be trying to find sort of the pathology that's causing the pain and target that treatment.
While athletes and many others insist flotation therapy is a remedy for their pain.
Couldn't say with any degree of certainty that this float therapy is going to treat any specific injury.
In fact, Dr. Moore notes that insurance won't cover it, and more studies need to be done to prove its effectiveness from a medical standpoint. Still, he's not against it.
If they think they get benefit from it, then I'm okay with them doing it as long as they understand the cost.
Unlike medicine, there's little to no side effects. Even though science has yet to actually prove that it works, it's not stopping people from coming in regularly to disconnect.
Once your body's relaxed, your mind can relax. So it's pretty awesome.
And there are a number of places to try flotation therapy here in Metro Detroit. The prices do vary. Doctors say that more testing, research, and peer reviews need to be done to prove its effectiveness. Evrod Cassimy, Local 4.
Looks like it works to me.
Not really
peaceful.
my kind
Not
of
your
thing,
bag,
but yeah.
There's a lot of stress right now. If you just spend a little time on social media, there's a lot of stress.
So true. All right, here's a look at what Dr. Frank McGeorge is working on for tomorrow night.
Lead exposure in children and the harm it can cause has been front and center. That has the city of Detroit taking action.
There's always more we can do, even if there's one child that could be at risk.
I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Tomorrow night at 11, I sit down with the new executive director of the Detroit Health Department to see how she's tackling the lead problem in the city.
And speaking of stress, there's a lot of people under stress tonight with the power outages that we've been talking about. This is a live picture. I came in earlier and I asked Ben, the winds are dying down a little bit, right? And you said, well, yes, but.
Yeah.
They are. I'm surprised that all 4 of those flags are still up.
I know.
Considering where we were today. And it was such an elongated period that we went through.
So many hours, yeah.
It wasn't like these summer storms that come in, do their damage and leave. I mean, this was 8-9 hours in some cases. So we wanted to talk about why this happened. And here's the reason why. We often see these 70-mile-an-hour winds, but they're sort of hanging out about 2,000 feet in the air, and they just don't make it down to the surface. But today they did, and the reason why is because we had a very elevated, what we call a mixed layer. So when the sun started heating up the surface, those parcels of air rose, some rose, the other ones start to fall, and the circulation starts, and then it starts dragging these fast winds right to the surface. The reason the gusts were not quite as high as the actual speeds up here is because the houses and trees create a little bit of friction, so it slows it down somewhat, but still, it was enough to cause some serious damage. The river still going the opposite direction because of those west winds. They're only at 21 miles an hour sustained, but the gust, at least at Metro right now, at 30. Air temperatures are at 44. Skies are mainly clear, so we're going to drop pretty quickly once these winds start subsiding tonight, and we're likely going to end up in the 20s as we start out tomorrow morning. You can see where that colder air is hanging out up here to the north, and temperatures really only going one direction as we head into the upcoming weekend. We're dry right now, we're clear right now, but this is what's going to arrive as we get into late tomorrow afternoon and evening. Just a touch, a little batch of snow, and most of that's going to be in our south zone that you'll see sort of moving across Lenawee, Monroe County. I think all of it will probably be south of 94, and even the places that see some accumulation, because we think that there will be, it's probably going to be less than an inch. Beyond that, it's cold for everybody, and it's going to stay that way going into the weekend. Wait till you see some of these numbers that we start out Saturday morning with in the 7-day forecast. Tonight, though, 29, and the winds will be down to about 10 to 20 for most of the remainder of the night. By the time we get towards tomorrow morning, we're looking at 5 to 10 mile an hour winds. This is the snowfall totals we're expecting tomorrow in your 4-zone forecast. Most of the metro zone not really seeing much of anything. And as we get downriver and down towards the south zone, maybe a couple tenths, and that's going to be about it. Most of that snow will be in Lenawee and Monroe County. But as we mentioned, less than an inch, 7/10 is probably the most we're going to get. That's out in the western portion of the county. West zone, about half of you are going to see the snow, and that's going to be closer to Ann Arbor. North end, not seeing much of anything. And in the north zone, well, forget about it. You're not going to see any snow tomorrow. That's all going to be south. High temperatures, low 40s. And then as we get to the next 7 days, would you believe that's the warmest number we've got until we get to the middle of next week? All 7 days of the forecast are going to be below average. And those morning starts on Saturday, 10 in the city.
What?
Yeah, single digits, I think, at a lot of locations. We will get some sunshine, but man, it is
swing.
Never a dull moment, Ben.
The February we never had.
That's exactly right. Which we were fine with.
Right.
Yeah. I want to take a quick moment to share with you some great news about Local 4. Proud to tell you that we won a total of 24 awards at the annual Michigan Association of Broadcasters ceremony tonight.
Yeah, the awards include Best Newscast, Best Breaking News, Best Investigative Story, Best Reporter, and Best Weather and Sports, just to name a few. And we're also honored to be named Station of the Year.
Awards that we share with you as part of the WDIV family. Thanks so much. Really nice. 911 emergency. Why, for several hours tonight, thousands of people across the country could not call for help.
And nothing funny about this. A well-known comedian arrested for attacking an airport worker.
Coming up on Local 4 News today, tomorrow morning, from breaking to trending, we'll have all the overnight big stories that you need to see before you walk out of the door.
Plus, find yourself wasting money, throwing out rotting fruits and veggies all the time? Well, we've got the secrets to keeping those foods fresh longer. That's for Thrifty Thursday tomorrow at 5:50.
Plus, weather and traffic always on the 4s. Detroit mornings start here from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
We'll see you in the morning.
These days, a lot of
new surveillance video is being released of an actor grabbing an airport worker by the neck. Now, this is Faison Love at the airport in Columbus yesterday. He grabs the man and throws him down to the ground, a scuffle that continues until other workers get involved. Love was arrested and today in court charged with assault. Love claims the airport valet worker spit at him and threatened him. Love has appeared in several films, including The Replacements, Friday, and Elf.
It's a perfect example of why they're called the bravest. Video here shows firefighters responding to a garage fire in South Florida when they were hit by a sudden backdraft. Despite their injuries, the firefighters got up, grabbed their hoses, and continued inside to fight the flames. Both of them are okay tonight.
For a few hours tonight, some AT&T customers across the country could not call 911. Law enforcement and government agencies in a number of states said the problem affected cell phones. Spokesperson for AT&T didn't comment on the cause of the service issue. Police, though, had to use social media to provide alternate numbers for people to call in any emergencies. Dearborn police are investigating why a man walked into Beaumont Oakwood Hospital today and set himself on fire.
The father of two is going to visit his wife who was in the hospital. He walked in carrying a 2-liter bottle of pop filled with gasoline. Security was called in when he set himself on fire. An employee put him out with an extinguisher. The 60-year-old man is being treated for his injuries tonight. In Warren, a former youth soccer coach will spend the next 31 years in prison for sexually assaulting a player. 33-year-old Jason Nemaz was convicted of criminal sexual conduct after a 12-year-old girl said he assaulted her during a sleepover in 2015.
The MSP bomb squad used robots to go inside the 3 condemned homes at the Fraser sinkhole. Lots safer than sending in people. They recorded video of the damage inside the homes to determine how much homeowners should be reimbursed because the county has budgeted $1 million for those families. This is a fun story. The cement is drying tonight after the foundation for the ice rink was poured at Little Caesars Arena. The rink will be built first. The Pistons basketball court will then be placed over it. That'll happen later. Construction crews are going to begin installing the seats next. So it's going to start looking like an arena pretty soon. The arena, of course, is going to open in September.
Never thought watching drying cement would be so exciting, but it is.
It's its own YouTube channel.
I think it actually does have like a live camera or something there. Yep.